Hi guys, so this is Rahul, and in today's video, I'm going to take a very important topic, which is when a fresher is searching for a job, what are the top mistakes he does generally, and which he or she might realize later. Okay, and that's why many of the freshers are not able to get job easily. They struggle a lot in getting a job in off campus, and many a times the freshers take wrong decision, they pivot into the wrong direction, and then they realize that they have chosen a wrong uh, technology or wrong area to venture into. So today I am going to list out some point, like what are the general mistake fresher does, and and you can you'll get lot of good takeaways from this thing. So if you're a fresher, if you're searching for a job, if you're studying in second year, third year, fourth year, if you're a student, if you want to make into IT, and if you're at a fresher level, if you're entry level, then this video is for you. Please watch this video till the end, because I can guarantee you the points which I am taking in this video you will not get it anywhere in internet. That is my guarantee. Okay, because I know I am into this field from quite a time. I work in IT industry. I train people. I have my own institute where we train freshers and as well as experienced people also. So we do these things on daily basis. So I have a lot of good ideas, which is not just idea based on my experience and the knowledge which I have gained over the years. I can share my journey, my experiences. It is up to you whether if you like it, you take that kit, you can take this all these advices. So let's start. So what is the so when we talk about, okay, like if you're a fresher and you want to start your journey for searching a job in IT, so somewhere you will start. Sometimes people start after passing out. Sometimes people start after, let's say, 1 or 2 year working in non-IT, then they start. They are also freshers. Uh, but my suggestion is that don't be too late, okay? Because if you're too late, you are like late to the party. As simple as that. And if you're late to the party, it's very hard to survive and succeed. So अगर आप जल्दी डिसीजन लोगे, ठीक है, कि आपको करना क्या है, कौन से जर्नी पाथ चूज करना है, प्रोग्रामिंग सीखना है कि नहीं सीखना है, what area you like or dislike is only possible if you start and start early. So that will give you an advantage, a leverage. uh, what is the leverage? That if you are starting early, you have time. अच्छा ये चीज आपका नहीं चला है ना, suppose you choose some technology, something which didn't work out, you can choose some other thing. Or you can think, okay, this is, I started with learning this thing, but this is not working as expected, let's try something else. So वो possible तभी होगा when you have time. But suppose you have passed out, and then after 1 year starting learning, then after 1 year you're wasting your time in choosing the wrong technology, then you want again to choose. It become too late sometimes. Or many times I will say with most of the people. So always try to start early, and let's suppose you are in a good college with a good placement and you are expecting to get placed. Then this video is not for you. Why you will watch this video? This video is for those people who are struggling to get a job, or who is like not having that facility of getting placed in on campus in campus interviews. So when you are in that category where you will not have the facility of having the campus placement, or you're studying some college with very low placements, hardly 1%, 5% like that, so बहुत हाईली चांस है कि you have to decide कि अच्छा यहाँ पर जॉब मिलना डिफिकल्ट है. So what is my next best option? What should I start learning, which will give me advantage when I'm looking for a job off campus? So then you have to start early. Like if you realize that your college is not giving you placements, तो आप जल्दी start करो second year में, third year में, choose the technology, work on that thing, make some projects and all those things. So always when you start early, you can practice. Suppose you want to work into IT, So most of the time you have to learn programming. So you start learning programming from second year, third year, even if from non-IT. You start learning programming from your second year, third year, and then by the end of the fourth year, you will have like some expertise in programming, basic coding, and then you can learn many things even after passing out. बट अगर पास आउट होने तक भी अगर आपका ये बेसिक्स नहीं बना है तो ये लाइक यू द फर्स्ट मूवर हैज द एडवांटेज. So जिसने ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस किया they have obviously they have the advantage. So this is very important point that don't start late. Try to uh, figure it out where do you stand and what are the options है ना like उसको बोलते हैं ना weigh your options. ठीक है कि अच्छा मेरे पास ऑफ कैंपस में जाओगे तो यू हैव टू फेस लॉट ऑफ कंपटीशन लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर. So just think about all these things and try to start early as possible. Okay, because this is a race. Everybody is wants to win the race, but unfortunately, it will never happen that everybody will win the race. Okay, so if you don't want to be like left behind in the race, if you want at least to like get something for you for at least something in the IT industry, so don't be late. Try to start early. Okay. Now, okay, what is the second point? So, second point is okay, this is very important. Like many times fresher thinks अच्छा placement नहीं हुआ कोई problem नहीं है. I will learn. I will start like I will do some course. I will learn some technology. I will do a 2 months course, 3 months course, and I will get easily placed. But that is not a realistic like expectation. Just think like that. You study in an engineering college, you study in a good college. I'm not going I'm not comparing the fees, but just think that if your college is charging so much heavy fees, and even after paying all the fees for 4 years, you are not able to get placed. And now just thinking that doing a 2 months or 3 months course will directly get you placed is not a realistic expectation. Because अगर वैसा होता तो why the need of doing the engineering? Anybody can do, let's suppose anybody will do BSc or they can do distance learning course from IGNOU, MCA, and then they can go join that institute. Suppose this institute is charging 20,000 or 30,000 for a 2 or 3 months short term course. This you can do that thing. So the MC person which who has learned from distance learning that also can do this thing, or person who is a BSc that person also can do this thing. Then it is very simple, na? Just go, pass out, do the course for 2 and 3 months, and then get placed. So, what is the problem? You believe in all this like stories without verifying the real facts. Okay, you don't have the realistic expectation. It is not so easy to get placed in off campus. There's a lot of competition, a lot of things goes there. Then only people get placed. Okay, so don't have a realistic expectation. Like where do you stand as of now and how much effort you need. For example, somebody is good in aptitude, somebody is good in coding, so they might be like get a chance in off campus, like they might try in big companies like TCS or Accenture and all those things, and a lot of companies take off campus interviews. They might get placed in that thing because they have good aptitude level. Okay, so you have to weigh your option. You have to do self evaluation. So what is my strong points? Am I good in aptitude? Am I good in coding? Where do I stand as of now? And then what is the effort required to get a job? That is also very important, because कभी कभी हमको पता ही नहीं होता है कि हमको कितना एफर्ट लगेगा जब तक हमको जॉब नहीं लगेगा. तो because you don't know the industry expectation. What does the industry expect from a fresher? So if you don't know what does the industry expect from a fresher, then you will never reach to that level, because you don't know where you have to like where you need to reach, to what level you have to like prepare yourself. Okay, so these things are very important. Like have a like realistic expectation. Don't think it is easy. It is it's not easy to get a job off campus because of many reasons. First of all, number of openings are less for freshers. Then second option problem is that you might be like at a very naive level. Many of you might not have even the programming knowledge also. So simple सा course करके job नहीं लगता है. It takes time, lot of effort goes into. Then you become like you can compete with the good guys, okay, and then you can get a job. So don't think it is too easy to get a job. It is not easy. It takes time, and always have a realistic expectation. So this is my second advice. Third is, okay, this is also very important thing. We always try to copy others. See, if you see my profile, I write answers on Quora. I have like given guidance to a lot of people. A lot of people talk to me over the phone. So, for example, one person called me. He was a civil engineer. He told me, sir, his some of my friends have learned Python and they have easily got 5 lakhs package, 6 lakhs package. I also want to do that thing. Okay, so now you're thinking that okay, somebody has got a 6 lakhs package by learning Python. You have seen, okay, you will say, okay, that person I know, that person is not very good in programming, not having good knowledge. Still, he or she got this. Why can't I? Okay, and you can say, अच्छा उसने भी कोई कोर्स किया था 1-2 महीने का 3 महीने का और उससे प्लेसमेंट हो गया. But this is what you see. But many of times you are not seeing the what is the behind the scenes, what is happening in the background. Okay, so this is the thing we miss. Like, it might be the case that that person is practicing programming from 1 year or 2 year. Do you know this thing? No. So you will just think, अच्छा वो तो बस उसने एक कोर्स किया छोटा मोटा और जॉब लग गया इजिली. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, if you are a civil engineer, if you're from non IT and you don't know anything, just thinking कि मैं कोई कोर्स करूंगा 2-3 महीने का और मुझे 6 लाख का पैकेज लग जाएगा is like fooling yourself. Industry is not full of fools. There is not smart people, and they want smart people only. Okay, so don't try to copy just by looking at the all the goodies. अच्छा बहुत सिंपल है, उसने किया उसको लग गया. अरे उसके पीछे बैकग्राउंड देखा क्या? उसने कब से स्टार्ट किया है पढ़ाई? Okay, is he it may happen that he is smarter than you. Many things matter. Okay, so don't blindly copy other people. Like, okay, उसने किया तो मुझे भी हो जाएगा. Not really. Okay, you have to look at the complete picture. Okay, but we only want some hope. So मुझे हमें freshers को क्या, I will not blame completely freshers because you are in search of job. I understand. So if you see one hope कि अच्छा एक hope मुझे दिखा कि उसका हो गया, तो we try to like replicate that thing. I understand that, but that is not the like correct thing to do. You have to verify the complete picture, know the complete scenario, how it happened, what that person has done over the years. Then you can copy. Not copy, you can learn from how you can understand what is their path. You can follow that person, whatever path. But you have to know the complete like picture. So don't just see the good things, see the bad things also. He might be studying 12 hours a day. He or she might be like studying like crazy. It depends on the person also. Okay, so if you're copying, you have to copy everything. You can't say okay बस उसने वहां से बस एक छोटा सा कोर्स कर लिया, पढ़ लिया, खुद से तो हो गया. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, so this is the third point which is also very important. Don't do this thing. These things are of no use. Okay, this is also very important. Ignoring the competition. This is also one of very important. Like, when you're trying to search a job off campus, there's a lot of competition. Now, just think like that. Suppose today you say, okay, sir, I don't want to work into IT. Okay, I want to become a IS. No problem in that thing. You want to become IS, you go for that thing. Somebody says, so I don't want to work in private sector. I want to go for the government jobs. No problem. You have decided to go for that thing. But when you're opting, I want to become a IS, or you were opting, I want to become a government employee, you know the competition, that okay, how many people fill the forms and how many people get the job. Same thing is here. If you're choosing a technology which is the best, For example, if you say IS is the best, so competition will be also the highest. So if you say, okay, like right now people say, okay, right now I want to work in the best technology. Like suppose somebody says, I want to work in machine learning, AI, and all those things. So it is the best, but the best thing will have the highest competition because everybody wants the best. So don't. So this also you have to consider. Okay, if you're going for the best, the competition will be very very high or highest, I can say. So best thing also come with the bad thing that the competition will be highest. So always keep in mind this thing. Okay, and when suppose you have tried, you want to try, I don't have any problem. You can try, but suppose somebody is not able to become IS, what is the second option he does? There has to be second, like a backup plan. So if you're trying for the best, you can go for that thing. I am not saying you don't go for that thing, but if it doesn't work out, what is your plan B? What is the backup option? आपको तो you don't want to remain unemployed. Okay, you want something to earn, correct? So you have to think of everything. If this doesn't work out, what will your next action? Okay, so don't ignore these things. Think properly. Think this is very very important. Now, what is the other point? Okay, similar thing. Looking for shortcuts. So what do I mean by shortcut? The most like uh, like the most uh, common thing which I hear is a reference. I say, please help me provide some reference. Okay. Now you have to understand how this reference works. Okay, especially if you're talking about freshers. So see, reference. I am not saying reference doesn't work. It works. Okay, many times it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it is also unrealistic, or you are depending on somebody else to get you a job. So basically you want a easy way out कि अच्छा कोई तो रेफरेंस लगा देगा आपका, कोई आपको फ्रेंड्स होगा, कोई आपके रिलेटिव्स होंगे, okay, and you will get a job. Okay, because that is what people, this is not fresher, this is for everybody. Even I will, if you will give me the option, follow the easy path, I will also follow the easy path. So I'm not blaming you. This is a human nature. We all are same here. But if you do this thing, you are like heavily depending on other people. You're not standing on your own feet. Okay, so don't do this thing because क्या होता है, keep, I always say that you can do it. Whatever you are able to get it, get on your own, like hard work or own by or your own effort. Because reference से job मिलना is also very difficult. It is not easy to find reference. Okay, and reference is only just like a interview call, nothing more than that. So it doesn't matter कि आपको किसी ने interview call के लिए बुला लिया तो you will get selected. It is not like that. They will also test your logic, they will test your personality, they will see something is good in you, then only they will going to give you a job. So reference is not as effective it's like it sounds कि हाँ किसी ने reference दे दिया तो job मिल जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Reference is just like, even if you get, it is not easy, like ultimately to crack the interview, you have to like you that they will test your knowledge, they will see whether you are beneficial to that company or not, even as a trainee, even as an intern. Okay, so don't rely too much on the references and other shortcuts is already I discussed, like looking for a short-term course and thinking अच्छा job मिल जाएगा. It's not so easy, है ना? And then believing the institute कि हाँ we have 100% placements, and then you know the reality after completing the course. I know all these things. I am in this field from a long time, and if you want to try, you can try, and then you can, once you make the mistake, you will know what I was talking about. But I hope you don't make the same mistake because everybody is doing. Okay, if you really want to stand out the crowd, be different. Okay, so don't try for these things. Okay, do put more effort and get a job. This is also very important, internship. So everybody who wants to get a job in off campus thinks अच्छा मुझे कोई तो intern में रख दे, somebody train me. This is also unrealistic expectation. question is that even suppose somebody is giving not giving you any salary and saying, "Acha, come to my company, do some internship. I will not pay you." But is that company and the employee there, are they going to give time on you? If they are, and why the hell they will give time upon you if you're not like able to produce any output? So this is also wrong expectation that if you get an internship, somebody is going to train you for free. It doesn't happen. Okay, and most of the time, this kind of internship are useless. You don't get anything out of that. आप जाते हो बैठते हो कुछ काम नहीं करते हो and nobody is having time to like give you guidance. Nobody has time. Everybody is busy in their own work. Then what is the point of doing that kind of internship? Internship are good when you're working like your college has some tie-ups with some companies, and that is those kind of internship is good, and you're getting some stipend. So those kind of internship is good. But if you're thinking for off campus and working for free, it will be only good if you have some knowledge about a technology where you can produce some output. For example, suppose you're doing internship in UI development, and let's suppose somebody comes to you and say, "Acha, ye make this web page," and if you're able to do those things by your own with minimal help, then company will say, "Okay, no problem. He is doing at least 70% work. He is a fresher. We need to like give him some guidance." So that kind of internship is fine. But if you're not able to do anything and expecting कि somebody is going to train you, somebody is going to spoon feed you, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ऐसा लगता है आपको, but when you will go and do those kind of interviews, you will know. The company wants that you need minimal like guidance, even as a fresher, even as an intern. And even as an intern, there's a lot of competition. Not everybody can get an internship. There's also a lot of competition is there, because why the company will offer, even for suppose they are offering very less stipend of salary like 7,000, 5,000, but why they will also give you 5,000 if you're not able to produce any output? 5,000 is also like some amount of money. So here also you have to have the realistic expectation, understand how the industry works. Otherwise, you will have again the wrong expectation. You will again do the same mistake. So this is my 6 point. Okay. This is also very important. Not verifying the facts. So what do I mean by this thing? Suppose you want to do any courses and you go to any institute. They promise you, we provide 100% placement. Last year ऐसा हुआ था वैसा हुआ था. Have you verified the facts? Have you asked the last year placement data? Suppose I ask you, why IITs and NITs and all the premium colleges are famous? Because they have the past record. You can just go check their website and verify what is their past year placement. It was 90%, 95%, 100%. What is the past year placement? So if you check somebody past, it will give you the performance of that college or institute. So similarly, if you're opting for any institute, if you're doing any courses, verify the data that if 100 people have done the same courses, how many of them have actually got placed? Okay, but I can guarantee you almost no institute will give you that data because they don't have the placement which they promise. Okay, almost all these people are telling you all the lies and all the bullshit, but you can't blame them because somewhere you are also have to take the blame because you're believing that those people, those are just the salesperson. They don't even have a technical knowledge, who are giving you this all false promises कि हमारा placement ये है, हमारा वो है, ये course का ये demand है, because they are not technical. They are still sales people. Okay, don't believe them. If you believe them, then I can't say anything. Okay, so don't do these kind of things, childish thing. Grow up. Now this is also very important. Now see, time changes. What used to happen 10 years back not necessarily will happen right now. 10 years back there was not a lot of startups working in India. Right now there are a lot of startups working in India. A lot of opportunities are there. So company says, I will give you whatever package you need, but you have to have that quality. 10 years back, what was used to happen? We have limited number of engineering college, MCA colleges, computer science colleges. So what used to happen? That most of the job which was there was in the big companies. They used to do bulk hiring. They used to train you. But now the case is not the same. So if you think, acha, this is the common like what I can say uh, mindset of a fresher that okay, my somebody is placed in campus, and let's suppose some of your friend or anybody is placed in campus in TCS or Infosys, and they are providing the training to those freshers. So if I will try in off campus also, then I also somebody is going to train me because I'm a fresher. No, they are not, because see, just try to understand. Companies want quality. So the TCS and those companies, Infosys and all those companies, they hire the cream. They want to get the best candidates. So even they are not they are not skillful, but if they have the potential, they try to take them, and then they train them because that is their business model. But it does not mean that if you're not, so why you're not getting placed in those companies then? You can't blame. If you want that kind of company where you get the training, then say it is simple. Crack the TCS interview, crack the Infosys interview. But if you're not able to crack that aptitude level, you are not at that level, and now you're thinking small companies or a small startup is going to give you training because you're a fresher is again unrealistic. Time has changed. Lot of people, lot of freshers are also learning like good technologies. They are upgrading their, so they are learning, they are doing projects. So companies obviously prefer those people. Why they will prefer you? There are a lot of people out there. Okay, India is like full of people. So don't have that wrong like ideas that अच्छा वहां पर ऑफ कैंपस में सॉरी वहां पर हमारा फ्रेशर्स को ट्रेनिंग मिला था तो मुझे भी मिलेगा. नो, because they were placed in campus, you are getting placed in off campus in the small companies. If you go by this route, like where is that, where is that, yeah, cracking the aptitude and all those things, then no problem. Then you go crack the interview aptitude test level and you got the job, no problem. But that is very very tough. Okay, so if you want to make your life easy, invest time in self development, upgrading yourself, gaining skills every day, and then you will reach to a threshold where some company will see value in you. But for that thing you have to work every day. Okay, always like be on your toes, don't take things for granted, and it is not easy. Okay, so don't think that अच्छा ये ट्रेनिंग मुझे मिला किसी की ट्रेनिंग मिला किसी दूसरे मतलब आपके फ्रेंड को जिस जो ऑलरेडी अच्छे कैंपस में प्लेसमेंट हो गया तो बाकी कंपनी भी आपको ट्रेनिंग देगा, या क्योंकि मैं फ्रेशर हूँ तो मुझे कोई तो सिखाएगा. दिस इज नॉट द राइट एक्सपेक्टेशन. द कंपनी वांट्स पीपल हु कैन डू थिंग्स ऑन देयर ओन, almost all the things, है ना. Complex things you're a fresher you might struggle to do, then you can seek the help. But help will be also provided by those people when they see oh you are at least doing 70% 80%. But if you're not doing anything, if you're doing 10% and then आप जाके सीनियर को बोलोगे सर मुझे मेरे को सब कुछ बता दो, तो कोई आपको हेल्प नहीं करेगा. They will ignore you, they may fire you after even hiring you. So don't have this all this wrong expectation. Okay, think time has changed. Okay, so change according to times. Now YouTubers. So who are YouTubers? So YouTubers are like every nowadays a lot of people become YouTuber. They try to influence other people. So what is the trend which I see on YouTube, which is not I would say disturbing, but which is not right. So as a two trend. One is that for fresher, everybody is saying okay, practice data structures. Okay, because if you practice data structure, then you can apply in big companies, you can work in product level companies, which is right. No question about that thing. Now many of YouTubers is saying okay, learn AI, ML, machine learning, data science, because this is the future. Okay, so this people are saying to learn because the big companies, product level companies take the data structure interviews, And if you want a very good package, you should practice this thing, which is true. This is not, I'm not saying this is not true. And similarly AIML, because if you want to get a, like this is the future, so you should practice this thing. Now I completely disagree with these two things. Both the technology is not for freshers, and in a way you are wasting your time in practicing and only practicing programming, only data structure practicing, and that is of use to only very few people. Let's suppose 100 people are doing this thing, so it will only help the top 5% to crack the interviews, which may get placed in Facebook or big companies, whatever you name. So some people are very good, they obviously will get placed. But rest of the 90% people are literally, I will not say wasting your time, but moving in the wrong direction, jahan par you're taking too much effort, you're doing too much hard work, but you're not getting the return because you are doing trying too hard. And sometimes क्या होता है कि you get demotivated. Sorry, this is very hard. Data set is very hard. Algorithms is very hard. I will not get a job in IT because you think this is the only way to get a job in IT. So आप क्या करते हो कि मतलब डिमोटिवेट हो जाते हो कि यार दिस इज तो बहुत हार्ड है आईटी में आने के लिए, बट दैट इज रॉन्ग. सी, everybody is doing business. Whatever they say, they, even I am saying something, okay, don't believe me, verify. If you like don't believe me also, I will say, okay, don't believe anybody. You have to take charge and own the responsibility. अगर मेरा बात सुन के आप डिसीजन ले रहे हो तो डोंट ब्लेम मी टू टुमारो, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट saying take my advice, I am giving advice. Whether you want to take it, it is up to you. You will have to own it. So similarly, some YouTubers are giving you do this those thing, and if you do that, you can't blame them. You have to take the responsibility. Okay. So why I'm saying so, because you also have this wrong idea that अच्छा मैं एक ही बार में फेसबुक में प्लेस हो जाऊंगा, एक ही बार में माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में प्लेस हो जाऊंगा फर्स्ट टाइम में ही. Okay, if you want to do this thing, I'm not saying don't do this thing, but again, start early for this thing. Start from third year, fourth year, when you have time in hand. That time you have time in hand. But once you passed out, then if you are doing doing too much of this thing and not getting a job, okay, you're literally wasting your time. You'll, and after some time your gap will increase. The gap will be 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Then nobody will want to get you. No startup will also want to give you a job because of this thing. And sometimes also you lose the focus. You don't practice. You stop in mid between. Okay, so don't believe in those people. They have self-interest. Okay, I never say don't practice it, but don't over practice it. If you're good in coding, if you think, oh, I'm a very good coder, and my maths is good, my aptitude is very good, and I can make it. You can, then you go. But realize the competition. I always say, always have some realistic expectation. If you're living in your own world, then nobody can help you. Okay. Now this is not for freshers. Still, somebody will say it is for freshers. Okay, it may happen that hardly one or two people out of 100 people will get a job, but it does not mean the rest of the 95% people will get a job. Okay, so always try to understand if an institute is selling this course, why? Because everybody wants to learn this thing, so they will make a good amount of money. But you have to say, are you here to make the institute profitable, or are you here to make yourself profitable? That question you need to ask yourself. Okay, so don't believe what YouTubers are saying. Verify, again, have verify. Okay, this is also very important that first of all, we are doing everything. We are like thinking about all the terms, but very important question. Have you asked yourself that why companies don't want freshers? Why freshers face so much difficulty while in getting a job? Okay, so a lot of things are there, but I will just list out a couple of points. The, like everybody knows this thing, the curriculum which we study in college is good, but not sufficient as per industry. Just think like example, I give you example of this course. This is short term course. I'll give you my example. Let's suppose I offer some courses. The fees is, let's suppose, 1 lakh rupees for, let's suppose, 6 months course. Now, this is a practical course. So what happens, even if a BCom person come to us, we are able to place them, we are able to give them the training and place them. Why? Because we are training what the industry demands. So we are aligning our training with the practicals, with the industry requirement. Okay. So you, what happens, you think कि अच्छा मैंने इंजीनियरिंग किया, वहां तो मेरा 10 लाख खर्चा हो गया, मैंने तो मैं वापस से क्यों 1 लाख खर्चा करूं, वापस से मैं 2 लाख रुपए खर्चा क्यों करूं, because already you have taken the training. But you forgot this thing that industry doesn't care what you have done, what your parents has like invested the fees, doesn't matter. What matter to them is simple: are you able to deliver some value or not? So if you are able to do that thing, anyway you will get the job. If you are not, then you have to think what skills you need to acquire, what level you have to reach to get a job in off campus. For that thing, you need practical exposure, you need a lot of practice. It will take time, 6 months to 1 year. That is what I say. Is the like 90% of people will get a job if they work hard from 6 months to till 1 year. Okay, if you are starting even from scratch, 1 year is the maximum time you will need to get a job if you are serious about doing something in life. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है कि कोई पढ़ाई कर रहा है 1 साल से, तो मतलब करे जा रहा है, उसको जॉब नहीं लगता है. What happens, you are not able to focus. आज ये करते हो, कल वो करोगे, फिर आप छोड़ दोगे. यही होता है. I know everything. If you focus on only one thing, practice it for every day, 1 year, and those things which are in demand in industry, easily you'll get placed. That is my guarantee. But it doesn't happen. You don't practice that much, you don't raise your level, and then you like blame that as industry mein job nahi lag raha hai, but you don't realize what is the problem. Unless and until you don't realize the problem, you'll not able to find the solution. Problem पहले find करो, फिर तो solution मिलेगा उसका. You're not able to identify the problem. The problem is simple. Company wants people with such particular skills, with project experience, with good like self motivated people who are doing stuff on their own. Okay, who don't need spoon feeding. These kind of people. If you become one, you will get a job. Simple. So you have to always understand why companies are not giving fresher, because fresher बोलता है कि सर मुझे कुछ नहीं आता है, please give train me, I will not do this, I am a fresher. So company, that's why you don't want to give you a job. The moment you say sir I'm not a fresher, I can do things on my own and I need minimum guidance, things will change for you. But that, for that thing you need 6 months to 1 year practice. But you don't want to invest time, you are looking for a shortcut. तुम आपको ये 20,000 का कोर्स करना है, 2 महीने का कोर्स करना है, you want to do some courses online, Udemy online, or you to basic courses करना है, and you want to think that is sufficient to get your job. So that is the problem. You don't have realistic expectation, you don't know what industry wants. So don't do these things. This is also one of the very important point, and nobody will tell you this thing. Okay, but I am telling because of my experience. I've seen a lot of people who get job in good companies like TCS, Accenture, and they are put into support projects. उनको support में डाल दिया. Many people are very brave, बोलते हैं सर मुझे support पे नहीं काम करते, job छोड़ देते हैं. That is the biggest mistake you do. Never leave your job. If you are getting a different job, good job, then only leave that job. But if possible, stick to your first job till at least 2 years. Because if you don't have 2 years of experience, company anyway don't want freshers. So अगर आप 2 साल पहले जॉब छोड़ दोगे, आपको 2 साल पे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हुआ है, फिर तो नेक्स्ट जॉब मिलना ही मुश्किल हो गया. तो इट हैपेंस, आई हैव सीन दिस थिंग, लाइक सपोर्ट में जॉब डाल दिया, यू डोंट लाइक दैट जॉब, तो आप यू बिकम इमोशनल. वी ऑल आर इमोशनल, वी टेक इमोशनल डिसीजन, वी डोंट टेक प्रैक्टिकल डिसीजन. तो हमें लगता है कि यार छोड़ो यार, नहीं मजा आ रहा है, आई डोंट वांट टू डू दिस जॉब, है ना, एंड यू जस्ट क्विट. That is the, like, don't do that thing. Okay, unless and until you are able to, like, see, everything takes times. No, no, sometimes we have to, like, life is not always what we want. ऐसा नहीं होता कि मैं भी, like, I am doing my work, I'm enjoying every day, but we have to do, everybody has to earn a living. Okay, so don't think you're not getting what you want to. You have to, the only way to leave your job, there should be a last option. What should be the other option? To upgrade yourself parallelly up. Who is stopping you from upgrading? Who is stopping you from learning? Nobody is stopping you. तो आप पढ़ाई करो, टाइम डालो, कुछ तो स्किल्स डेवलप करो, It takes time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, take time. Just stick there. In the same time, practice, and then try to move out in some different companies, switch to different companies, whatever. But don't try, like, don't take rash decision कि अच्छा जॉब पसंद नहीं आया छोड़ दिया, सपोर्ट का जॉब है, मॉनिटरिंग का जॉब है, छोड़ दिया. Don't, because experience matters. Believe me or not, experience matters. Whether you have learned zero development in that company, support में काम किए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If you do, like, if you learn some technology properly for the next 3 to 6 months, you get a job. Even if you have not worked anything in 2 years, these things you will not know because you're fresher. But I am giving you this advice. This is very, very valuable advice. So if you're working in a support profile somewhere, stick there unless until you get something. Don't leave it, because if your experience is less than 1 year, then hardly it is very, very difficult to get a job. Nobody is going to entertain you. Okay, so why to make your life hard? Okay, don't, and then you become frustrated, depressed, demotivated. कोई point नहीं है. Okay, okay. Then what is the other point? Final tip. This is my final tip. Okay, don't try things which are too easy, because if you are looking for shortcut, too easy things, everybody wants that thing. I also know what is 2 plus 2 equal to 4. You also know 2 plus 2 equal to 4. So why anybody will hire you and me? They want people who can do complex maths, like a CA can do. Okay, so don't try things which too easy. Like acha, wo, everybody wants to become doer testing, manual testing. Then you have to always understand that if it is easy, then competition will be high. So manual testing, everybody wants to learn. Okay, so don't look for things which are too easy, and then also don't try things which are too hard, like practicing very, very advanced data set algorithm and getting demotivated, or what I can say, learning machine learning and then not able to do anything, or learning full stack development. अच्छा जावा ही पढ़ लिया, फ्रंट एंड में एंगुलर ही पढ़ लिया और आया कुछ भी नहीं. Okay, so I've seen these things. Okay, so don't, and then you say अच्छा जॉब नहीं, कोई जॉब नहीं दे रहा है, because you don't have the right expectation. So don't go for full stack if you're fresher directly because वो hard है. Don't go for AI, machine learning, data science because वो hard है. Try things which are hard but not super hard, because if you're going for super hard, then you have to be super brilliant person. If you think you're a super person, genius, you can do anything. You can open your own company, you can do whatever things. But if you think you're not very, like, you're good but not very brilliant, stick to basics. First try to enter into IT industry. Okay, don't wait too long कि मुझे सीधे फुल स्टैक डेवलपर ही बनना है, मुझे सीधे मशीन लर्निंग डेवलपर ही बनना है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. एवरीथिंग टेक टाइम, स्टेप बाय स्टेप. Go step by step. Okay, first get the job into IT. You can always switch into technology. It is not like that you start with whatever technology you start with, you have to end your life with that. It's not like that. ऐसा नहीं होता है. In a fresher, if you get a job in Java, so life where you have to work in Java, you can change that technology also later. But getting a job is the most important thing. Okay, as soon as possible, because that will start your journey. You become more serious, you gain real world skills. Okay, so with this thing I will stop. Okay, this video become big because this was a very important topic, but I'm damn sure that anybody who is a fresher or who is working at entry level, they want to get job into IT, these things they will, like, do a self introspection, and then uh, they will realize that, like, they will think at least once. That I know. Okay, so वीडियो भी एंड करूंगा मैं, ठीक है, एंड आई होप आपको अच्छा लगेगा and you will get very good, like, pointers out of this thing. I hope you, after at least watching this video and following me, you make the right decision. Otherwise there's no use of watching this video. So thank you everybody, and we'll see in the next session.